welcome to Nourished Sundays. I'm your host, Joanna, certified in holistic nutrition from the Canadian School of Natural Nutrition. This series is all about healthy eating, which is really hard to tackle and that can be very overwhelming because of all the conflicting information we get on a daily basis. We're bombarded with tips and what you shouldn't eat and what you should eat, and then the next day it contradicts what we heard today. So there's a lot of things, and often because of that overload we just get into paralysis mode and we just don't change anything. I know that was my case. So I hope that through this series I can help you find easy, tangible ways to make changes in your life, just one day at a time, one thing at a time. Today's topic is about reconnecting with your body, because that is how it starts. We cannot really improve things until we get a better understanding of how things are working for us. And a big thing about holistic nutrition compared to maybe other methods or other nutrition streams is that it really recognizes the individuality of eating and of everything that surrounds it, and how every person experiences things a bit different because of how they're built, because of the things they have experienced before, and because the mental and everything that's surrounding them, right? All the unique things. So a big thing, if you want to feel better, be healthier, is to learn to reconnect with your body. And that's not something that will come easily to most of us because we are not used to that. We are just used to, not really caring about how we feel, or we get used to negative symptoms. It's just normal to be bloated, or it's normal to be sluggish after lunch. It's normal. All those things that we tell ourselves and that the society tells us, we internalize them, and we just don't see that it's actually not necessarily normal, and that it can be so much better. And if that is better, then everything else can get better in our lives. So a couple of ways to start noticing how your body is doing and how food is affecting your body is to first, I highly recommend that you take a few deep breaths before eating. So before eating any meal. I know when we have kids, it can get crazy and we're like go, and we don't take the time to do anything else because you're like, there is no time. But taking a couple of breaths is actually just a few seconds, and it can really change things a lot. So before eating, just sit, or even standing, just close your eyes. I like it better closing my eyes because it really makes me go inwards and forget about everything else. Forget about the messy house, forget about the food flying everywhere on the floor. So just close my eyes and I take a few deep breaths, really engaging the belly and exhaling it all out with the belly. If you can, one way of breathing that I really like is counting the equal numbers, so kind of the box breathing. So for example, you count to 5 or to 6 inhaling, then you pause for 5 or 6, depending what works best for you, and then you exhale for 5 or 6 counts. And then again, you take a pause, and then you do it again. So you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, inhale, then you pause it there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then you exhale again for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pause it there for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you can do that a couple of times even, you're going to notice that it really clears things out and sets you into a much more, you just get more in touch with your inner world and how you feel. And then the second tip is keeping a food journal. So as you would keep a journal about, anything that's happening in life or with your to-do lists, keeping a food journal can really open up your eyes on how food is affecting you and how you're doing actually with the food you're eating. And that really can be mind-blowing when you start to see patterns and you start realizing, okay, maybe this food is actually terrible for me, and you would have never thought of it otherwise. So a simple way, just write down what you eat and then write down how you feel after. So it's best if you know, give it a few hours too. So, but a good way would be in the morning, just write down your breakfast, and maybe like mid-morning, just write down how you've been feeling. Then write down what you had for lunch and write down how you are feeling. And then in the afternoon, write down how you're feeling, and same in the evening. So, I mean, I know it sounds like a lot, but really, like, it's just 10 seconds. Write down, like, what you're eating, and like, I feel energetic, or I'm like, well, I feel tired, need a nap, bloated, like anything. And then do that for at least a week, and you're gonna notice a lot. Also include how much you're drinking, because that can also tell a lot, and that can affect a lot. And if you're curious about that, check out the episode about water, where I talk everything about water. And another thing too you may want to do if you're a parent is to keep a food journal for your kids. And that can also tell you a lot. You know, what we eat affects our health, and it affects a lot of our brain function. And in little ones who get stimulated with a lot of new things, and they're just discovering the world, it can be overwhelming. They get a lot of stuff, and we can really help them make it easier with the food we give them. We can make it easier for them to focus, make it easier for them to be relaxed and calm. But it takes awareness first, and it takes understanding our own unique child first. So very simple things to incorporate in your daily life. Again, it's a matter of starting them. You know, sometimes it sounds like, oh, one more thing I'm going to do. But once you start getting into the habit of doing it, like, it really just is a few seconds, and it can be day and night in how it can transform your life. So highly recommended. Thank you so much for being here with me, for listening, for watching. I look forward to seeing you again next week. In the meantime, eat well and be well. Ciao.